Whatever has transpired until now is because of your past karma. Whatever will happen henceforth from today depends on your present actions.
Our lives is a combination of learning from our mistakes and learning from our past. Is that true? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there's slightly more to it, yeah, but I agree. Those two components, certainly I can agree with. It's very funny when you talk about the past. Someone asked me once, because in Buddhism we talk about karma, right? Karma basically means action in Sanskrit. And slightly more in an elaborate way, karma means cause and effect. So you do something and you get the result. So Buddha basically said the Buddhist path is to do good and you achieve happiness. You do bad and you get suffering, cause and effect. But then if everything was already put in place, put in motion, where is the role of free will? If everything is already determined, like if you've already commit all your causes in the past, if you've already sown your seeds in the past and you're just waiting for it to sprout, then there is no free will. You're just basically just riding the wave of karma. Then I told somebody that whatever has transpired until now is because of your past karma. Whatever will happen henceforth from today depends on your present actions. So you have to be responsible. That's where free will comes in. You have a choice. You have a choice to be a good person. You have a choice to be a, ignorant person. You have a choice to not learn from your past and repeat your mistakes. Or, as you put it, you have a choice to learn from your past and never repeat your mistakes. You have that free will, and I think that's very important. And it starts right now, here, in this very moment.
Yeah, a new beginning, because I always consider every day is a new beginning, no shadow of a doubt on that. A new year is when we start making resolutions.
Yes.
That in the coming year, these are the things that we're going to achieve. These are the goals that we're going to try to go ahead and get through. I think it's not just with me, but it's with you and all of us.
Yes, I've learned from my past mistakes not to make too many stupid resolutions that I will not be able to. I try to make reasonable resolutions. You know what I mean, Sanjay?
Yeah.
We make a list of like 10 resolutions and then we can hardly maintain like 2 or 3 of them. So this year I'm going to reduce it to like 2 or 3 and I'm going to try to achieve them.
Try to achieve them. Have you thought of a few? Could you share one if you have one?
Yeah, work harder. To be honest, connect to more people. I've been traveling. This year I traveled to Hong Kong to teach and recently to Vietnam just to visit and to meet people. Next year I would like to travel more to more countries. I would definitely love to explore Nepal more. My friend Nirav told me that in Nepal you have these 3 beautiful regions. In the upper layers you have the snowy mountains, the big mountains. In the middle you have the hills. Lower you have the plains. I want to explore them all. And I've seen some pictures. Nepal it's a beautiful place. It's very underrated, very underappreciated. I think Nepal, people should appreciate Nepal more. And there's so much more to explore. And I think one of the resolutions, honestly, I would like to explore Nepal more and the world more. That's one of the resolutions.
Yeah, that's it's all going to come true. And it's all going to come true if you go ahead and say it out loud.
Yes. I
believe in that.
Yeah, I agree. They say that, the power of visualization, if you verbalize it and if you work on it, if you visualize it, verbalize it, work on it, it happens. I'm a big advocate of the Buddhist teaching of doing things with the 3 doors. We call them the 3 doors: body, speech, and mind. Tan, vakya, man. Body, speech, and mind. So if you wish it from your heart and you verbalize it, then it's easier to put it in action. If you only think about it and if you don't verbalize it, it's quite difficult to make things materialize. So I agree with you.
There's a quote by Buddha. If I don't want to get it wrong, it's somewhere or the other. If you have thoughts in your mind, and then if you have words to go ahead and connect those thoughts with, and then you share it with the world, somewhere or the other, your thoughts and your words can go ahead and practically change and transform the world towards getting it better, or to make it worse. You have the choice of both. You can either make your surroundings worse, or you can make it better with your thoughts and your words.
Yes, that is true. When you think about something, when you wish for something, it is immaterial. Nobody can see your wishes. Nobody can hear your wishes. The one way to make it visible, make it audible, make it, so that people know about it, is to verbalize it, obviously. So I think that's what the Buddha meant. And words are very powerful, like your podcast. You reach millions of people. You have more than 500,000 subscribers, and God knows how many more unofficial followers, people who just watch your clips, and they should subscribe and like. I should remind them.
Much.
Yeah, very important. So that's what you do also. You conceive of doing a podcast with somebody that comes from your mind, and you verbalize it. And then because of this thought process that comes from your heart, from your mind, and then you verbalize it during your podcast, many people benefited physically. They put into action. You yourself must have received a lot of good advices. Your guests must have also received lots of wisdom from you, and everybody benefits in a physical way.
The catch here that I wanted to touch base today, and I'm really excited that you're here because this is something that it had crossed my mind, and then I'm glad that Nirav connected us. Mm-hmm. I was recently in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
And when we were visiting, me and brother were visiting a few museums, and the thought that came to my mind was, imagine Buddha was born in Nepal, in Lumbini. Yes. I don't know if you've ever been to Mayadevi temple yet?
No, I didn't at the time.
Please be my guest. We'd love to take you. We'd love to take you. His teachings have crossed oceans all across the world. And when I was in Sri Lanka, and we're at the tip of Sri Lanka, which is right at the bottom of where we're at. We're in the Himalayas.
Okay.
And then we're at this place called Gaul, which is right at the tip, the end of the south of where we stand today. Complete end of the south.
Okay.
And we're right there, and we're at this museum, and we're just looking at few old statues from 1,000 years ago of Buddha. We're looking at the mudras. And there was at the museum, at the National Museum of Sri Lanka, there were a few, if you can find that picture, there was a picture that I posted as well. This is one of the places that we were at. Mm-hmm. And we saw a few mudras as well. There's a picture, I'm going to share it with you, and if you can share it so that, go for it, go back at this. Mm-hmm. This is a picture of, this is something different, but this is where imagination of a dream.
Okay.
That's what it was written right there. If you can zoom into that, Babu. I don't think... Yeah, zoom into that. Interpretation of Queen Maya's dream. That's what it says, So anyways, long story short, we're looking at so many such amazing artifacts. Mm-hmm. And these are thousands of years old.
Yeah.
And the teachings have traveled all across the world, right? How do you think that became possible? The teachings that traveled across oceans?
Very simple. Because it's universal. Universal. Buddha's teachings are universal. And if you pay attention to the Buddha's choice of how you even term them, how do you even call them? We don't call them commandments. We don't call them statements. We call them the truth. Because they are the truth. Buddhism, very interestingly, is not exactly a religion. It is a philosophical way of living and achieving perfection, getting to know yourself truly, getting to know who you truly are, Sanjay. I mean, Sanjay is a name, a lovely name, given by your parents or a guru. In some cultures, a guru gives it. Some cultures, parents give it. But before that, who were you? And the Sanjay who was young and naughty, running around, and the Sanjay who was expressive and energetic during his teenage years, and the Sanjay who is right now sitting next to me, who's the most famous podcaster and one of the biggest influences in Nepal. I mean, which one is it? And in the future, you might morph, evolve into somebody else. That is not our true nature. Buddhism is a journey within.
तपाईले हाम्रो क्लिप एकदमै एन्जोय गर्नुभयो होला अब पुरै भिडियो हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ युट्युबमा सब्स्क्राइब गर्न नबिर्सिनु होला व्यास मिडिया नेटवर्क